Yeah, you can sing the jingle. Yeah.
Do you know it?
I do know it. It's Formula Roofing, Windows, Siding, and Painting.
Nice.
We're the Kerr brothers, Colorado's exterior experts in home remodeling.
Nice. I like it. Dan and Lawrence, welcome to the Watermark Watercooler. It's so great to have you guys. This is Dan Lawrence from Formula, and I'm going to let you guys finish that. It's a lot of things: windows, roofing, doors,
Siding, painting,
You guys fill in the gap. But introduce yourself to the audience. Let us know who you are and what you do for the company.
Lawrence Kerr, founded Formula in 2011, and we primarily focused on roofing for the last 15 years. But we are rebranding to really put a foot forward with windows, doors, siding, painting, gutters, things that we've always done, just haven't marketed as heavily.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been in Colorado for my entire life, and I've always known of Formula Roofing. You guys have been around for such a long time, and it's great to hear you expanding. And there's probably reasons for that. Obviously, you said you always did it, and it just wasn't in your name.
Well, we've always been Formula Roofing and Remodeling, with a focus on exterior remodeling. Much of that had been just compliments to roofing. Certainly, when catastrophic storms occur, it's not just the roof that gets damaged; it's the gutters and the siding, the painting, the windows, the doors, and
all of it.
We've handled that work comprehensively from the beginning. But we're in a market right now where the insurance industry is changing significantly. Deductibles have increased, and it's not something that you can really rely on. Doing that rain dance, doing that hail dance, guaranteeing that there's going to be a damaging storm and that several hundred homeowners can afford a $10,000 deductible. So we know that expanding, especially in the window market, makes a lot of sense. It's a $400 million market in Colorado, and that's just retail windows, new construction and window replacements. So why not really lean into a marketing campaign that allows us to go after a piece of that pie? And we'd be happy with just the smallest sliver of that market share.
For sure. And you're talking a little bit about niching, and I wanted to ask a little bit about you acquired a tile shingle. It's not shingles. It's a tile roofing.
It's
company.
a tile roofing company called Custom Tile Roofing. It was established in Denver in 1981 by a man named Vince Hobson, and I had the opportunity to acquire his business along with the real estate back in 2013. So Formula was only 2 years old at the time. And with his business, which had done great work for 32 years at that point, came a massive collection of historic and obsolete roofing tile, which we have expanded upon over the years and grown that collection, and that continues to ebb and flow. We sell that tile to other contractors and homeowners and insurance adjusters in different states. So it's almost like a junkyard operation. Selling out pieces of rare roofing tile that we don't really have any competitors for.
It's speaking to this like niche that we talk to our clients all the time about. Like, you need to find your niche, these niches, to be able to grow and expand your business and really be findable in those areas. And I'm sure, because you just talked about it, nobody else really has these. People are coming from out of state to get these tiles from you.
That's right.
And it's also, I mean, obviously you do this work as well too. Like
we perform the repair work, which not many qualified competitors are in this market who are knowledgeable and experienced with that type of repair work, especially on the older, historic, 100-year-old clay, Ludovici, Heinz tiles, things that we've been servicing as Custom Tile Roofing for now over 40 years. And we acquired some of the personnel who had come with Custom Tile from the early 2000s. So it's just an old world knowledge base that allows you to work on these old roofs. And we do full historic restorations, whereby we'll take off all the tile, replace the underlayment flashing, and then put the historic tile back on. And obviously we have a collection that allows us to provide any fulfillment tiles for those broken or discarded during the work, to affect that complete restoration.
Yeah. Do you think that niche kind of helped you grow your business? Obviously you said you bought it 2 years into business. Do you think that was like a huge piece of like growing your business to where it is now?
It's an amazing distinction for us. It gives us a lot of credibility with competitors, with insurance companies. The Catholic Diocese of Colorado rely on us because they have a lot of churches throughout the state, down into Trinidad and southern and western part of the state, that have these historic 100-year-old plus tile roofs that we can provide replacement tiles on and assist with repairs and restoration work of all kinds. So it's definitely a niche.
Speaking about kind of things that you are great at, you guys have some GAF standing. What is that? And are there any other kind of things you want to talk about, like where you've shown that you are outstanding?
We're extremely proud of our latest GAF distinctions. We are 3-star President's Club on the residential side, and also a Platinum Elite certified contractor on the commercial side of GAF. So we are the only contractor in Colorado that has both of those distinctions, and actually only one of 7 in the entire nation with both the 3-star President's Club on residential, Platinum Elite certified on commercial. Nice. So it's good to obviously have those accolades and have GAF supporting us. We do a couple hundred residential roof replacements with GAF each year, and several dozen commercial projects with GAF TPO and their commercial line of product.
How do you feel like that recognition does that affect your business? Do you see that in marketing, that people are saying on the sales side, hey, we recognize these?
It allows us to offer warranties that contractors without those certifications cannot offer. So we can add in workmanship warranties with 5 and 10 years more, that are essentially bumper to bumper warranties that will cover every feature of the roof system for 40 years, which really stands alone as a lifetime warranty.
We're talking about this, and like this market is so hyper competitive in Denver. Obviously, with the storm conversation, we have storms roll through here. We just had one 2 years ago now that just like devastated the Central Park area where we're filming this. But it's hyper competitive, obviously, in Denver market. How have you guys separated yourself? Obviously these accolades are part of it, but is there any other thing that you guys can kind of do there's out of state competition coming in when these storms roll through? What are the conversations your team is talking to these people when they're going through this situation to choose you over somebody else?
Again, having now been an organization established since 1981 and having a brick and mortar location, along with the accolades from the manufacturers, we're also a 5-star master applicator with Certainteed, and we do a lot of big warranty claims for them as their trusted third-party expert installer. And truly, the complete customer experience, I think, differentiates us from storm chasers or even from the respectable local competition. We appoint a project manager who's going to be that one-face single contact for the customer, whether on a residential project or a commercial project, all the way through. So that's the person who will come out and assess your issue, map out solutions for it, enter into a contract, list the scope of work, and really just hold the property owner's hand all the way through the process. So we have 500 plus Google reviews and several hundred Yelp reviews. And really, our commitment to honesty and integrity and accuracy and a good customer experience has really given us a leg up.
Yeah.
Hey there. Sorry for the quick interruption, but I've got some exciting news to share with you all. I'm Cameron, Vice President of Watermark, and I couldn't resist telling you about our brand new CRM learning tool we just developed. The best part, it's completely free for you. We'll dive into essential topics like maximizing your CRM potential, automating those mundane tasks, and ultimately reaching those sales targets. If any of these resonate with you, I highly encourage you to click the description below and join us on this learning journey. I look forward to seeing you there.
So you just mentioned this, and it's a question that we're going to talk about later, but we're talking about it now, so we might as well. The kind of how you have an account representative that is end to end in the process. There's not a salesperson that comes and then it gets handed off to an account person, and then it gets the coding and all that. It's end to end with that one person. How has that model changed how you do business, and how does it make it better for the client?
So for each job, we appoint a project manager. That person acts quickly to respond to a lead and performs the assessment personally, then devises a scope, understands the customer's needs, enters into the contract, handles all of the financial transactions, and oversees the work throughout. So really, it just becomes a comprehensive kind of process that's managed in detail by this same diligent person that understands the project holistically and carries it all the way through.
Just out of curiosity, is there a a lot of companies have, because they have a sales rep, that person is talking, they're supposed to be talking to marketing. That's the way it's supposed to be. With it being one person like that, do your guys' account reps, because they really are handling the sales side, are they talking back to the marketing arm to say, hey, these leads are good, these leads are bad? How is that being handled with you guys?
Our biggest lead sources from inception have been repeat clientele and referrals from existing customers. Those are the leads that we obviously pride ourselves on. I mean, you're earning those leads. If you can turn a customer who was maybe seemingly very challenging at first and a big time stickler into someone who's pleased and singing your praises and somebody who becomes your Pied Piper, I mean, that's the ideal outcome. And that's 70% of the leads that come in on a regular basis, with or without a hailstorm. And so now that we're expanding our exteriors business and really diving into that retail window and door realm, most of our project managers who've been with us for many years are just revisiting the happy customers that they've had in the past who've given them that 5-star Google review and saying, hey, are you interested in a window efficiency assessment? It's absolutely...
So, I mean, this is a good opportunity to talk about. So inbound, outbound, earned, those are kind of like channels that we think about in marketing. That inbound side is obviously the things that you're doing, like SEO, PPC side, all those marketing channels, those door knockers, those flyers, those yard signs, all that work that you're doing to bring that inbound marketing to you. How are you guys mixing your guys' channels?
We are still seeking the right recipe. I mean, it's only this year and with the advent of Dan as VP of sales on the window and door side, are we exploring different marketing campaigns than we've considered in the past. We have been a proud underwriter of Colorado Public Radio for the last 12 years. Now we're one of their corporate partners, I think one of 5 or 6. And that's probably where I big all the time. I'm a huge CPR fan, so I hear that all the time. And so people think I'm famous. They're like, oh man, this must be earned media. You're on CPR at the time all the time. It's like, I mean, frankly, we've spent a lot of money on those spots over the years, but it works for us. And we're doing.
So radio is a big piece of your mix, which is
it has been. specifically there.
Yeah.
But we're now stretching out with an iHeartMedia campaign that geofences mountain zip codes for people listening to podcasts. So there's 4 different demographic categories, and that only launched a few weeks ago, and we have a call with our iHeart rep later today to see how that's going. And we'll probably add a pay-per-click or banner feature to that campaign.
To hit up all those people who are looking.
The people who've heard it on the podcast, which we recorded this fun jingle, my brother and I, and hired a professional vocalist to sing the hook for.
Nice.
So those who've heard the podcast.
We ask you to sing the jingle?
Oh, yeah. You can sing the jingle.
Do you know it?
I do know it. It's Formula. Roofing, windows, siding, and painting.
Nice.
We're the Kerr brothers, Colorado's exterior experts in home remodeling.
Nice. I like it. I like it. We got it. We got it for sure.
Yeah. And so then we give a little spiel about how we have lifetime warranties and a price match guarantee, which are big marketing drivers and big kind of distinctions for us. And then it closes out with Formula, get covered by the brothers.
Nice.
So it's a definite earworm. That's now playing as the whole music.
Nice.
If you call our office.
Yeah, nice. I'm gonna have to just give you a call just so I can hear the jingle.
Before I can play it.
Yes.
We'll share it.
And I think to add into the marketing point is our project managers are our marketing people.
Yeah.
They are one-stop shop in the houses. They are trained experts on every single thing, every single item that Lawrence has spoken about.
Yeah.
And they are our marketing people.
Yeah.
All this exterior marketing, like you said, the SEO, we're on back of public buses, we're doing radio, we're doing digital marketing, we're doing newspaper advertisements, we're doing inserts in newspaper, local newspaper inserts. Yeah. We dabble in a little bit of everything, and I don't think anybody has the formula for perfect marketing, but it's a lot of trial and error, and we really respect and trust our team and what we've done to choose the right avenues. And in the end, it's all about our project managers being inside that house and being knowledgeable. And the other thing Lawrence, mentioned as far as marketing is we have a price match guarantee, and we have lifetime warranties.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the industry of 3,000 plus roofers, windows, doors, siding, companies in Colorado can match that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just said this, you kind of have an omni-channel approach. You talked about all the different things. And that's, we believe that this is the way to go. It's like, you can't just, we're only going to do this one channel. We're only going to do this channel. You guys have talked about a traditional, you guys have newspapers that you're running in, radio. These are all very super traditional media choices. Obviously, you've seen success with these traditional channels still because you're still running those. So that's kind of an interesting conversation in its own. I think there's a lot of times we, not only as marketers, but people in business owners have these conversations of how am I going to show my ROI? And it's very difficult to show attribution in traditional, like a radio spot. You don't have these trackers to be able to say, oh, yes, this radio, besides asking. Your account team probably ask them, like, how did you hear about us? And they might say, I heard you on CPR, or I heard you on iHeartRadio, or I saw you on the back of a bus, or I was reading a local newspaper and got that. But to that point, we also know how important it is to track ROI. How are you asking your team to track ROI with some of these more traditional kind of spots that you're running?
It's a great question. We have an incredible CRM that tracks all of our inside and outside leads. And it's really tracked and it's reviewed, and we try to make sure that we follow up with every single lead. And it's just tracking, right? It's making sure that it makes sense. It's making sure that if we spend a certain dollar amount or if we amount of time for the marketing company or ourselves, we just want to make sure it's a good ROI for everybody. So we engage in partnerships. We engage in, relationships, relationship building opportunities like this. And we just want to be good resources.
What's your partners?
It's called AccuLinks.
AccuLinks. Okay.
Yeah.
We're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. With AccuLinks, how often are you using their reporting to understand the metrics of like what's happening inside of marketing and what's working or not. Do you guys use that quite often to say, hey, okay, yeah, how does that look like for you, Dan?
Every day. I mean, I build my customized reports that are more specific to windows and doors, since I run that division, and also business development. So if I see a lead come in from somebody or something that I was engaging with from a community perspective, or from a lead generation perspective, or an event, it's really great to see, like, it will just pop up on AccuLinks and you feel a little bit gratified knowing that, things have come to fruition. But we use it, daily. I mean, it's just part of our lives. It's ingrained into what we do from beginning to end of every single lead, project, partnership, relationship, and project.
Yeah. And so we have a bi-weekly sales meeting where all of our project managers meet, and our COO, Nick, does a brilliant PowerPoint presentation each sales meeting, and that's one of the slides, just marketing and lead sources. And, the few of our project managers who've been with us 10 years or more are always at the top of the chart. And, to some degree, it's just to dispel rumors. Like, hey, we're not, the guys at the top aren't getting any more leads than those of you who've only started weeks and months ago. Like, everything is being democratically distributed based on the areas that you're working in. And it's important to have that transparency in Salesforce, just to make sure that everyone knows that it's a fair shake. When we have inbound leads, they're getting sent down the list of project managers. So it's helpful just in that respect.
And then it's a repeat business, like Lauren said earlier. It's so important. And we've set such a great level out there of expectations and professionalism and the end result.
Is there a strategy that you have for recurring business? Like, do you guys, is the account team have like a list that they're going through to say, like, hey, reach out to, these are our previous, are they outbound reaching out, or is that like a more of a marketing strategy where you're like retargeting them with emails or other kind of retargeting through social channels or online?
I'd say all the above.
Okay. For the last 90 days, we've had a program where we'll give a prospect, a customer, a $50 gift card if they allow us to do a complimentary window efficiency assessment in their home. So we have been instructing our project managers to just reach out to the people that have given them these glowing reviews and say, hey, how are you? Would you mind if I came and met with you and gave you a 60-minute presentation with a thermal imaging device to determine the health of your windows? And by the way, we'll meet, have coffee, and I'll give you a $50 gift card. It should be a no-brainer. So that's running through July 1st. And we just want to be in front of people and make sure that the project managers are honing their pitch and their craft.
And our project managers are very well versed in everything that we do. And we are not there for a 4-hour sales call. We are not there to waste your day. We are not there to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the family that's inside the house. We want to talk professionally about what we do, what we can do to support, talk about, our platforms of what we can offer, and provide a quote and then be done.
So it's a low pressure sales environment.
It is a low pressure sales environment,
more educational.
Which is,
sounds like it.
Yes.
Lawrence, if you had like something to give to somebody else who's like, getting into this business or understanding how home service kind of industry works, what would be like your one piece of advice for them?
Just going door to door. I mean, I started off in 2011. I had worked for 2 other contractors that the 2 years prior, and just learned that you had to put yourself out there and go to areas that were affected by storms, or areas that make sense demographically from a retail standpoint, and pitch the things that these people are seeking or needing, and really just be overtly extroverted. You got to get out there, put yourself out there, be an expert, be honest, and not be afraid to be in the streets among the people. And slowly but surely you can build a team, but it's going to take proper execution. Like not only are you selling yourself to these customers, but you have to deliver for them. And you have to slowly but surely put all the pieces together and just continue grinding, think optimistically, and you got to go big. It takes a long time, but if you continue to chip away and put your best foot forward and responsibly build a team of good people that share your vision, keep the community happy, then they will sing your praises and you'll expand.
Well, okay. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Dan, Lawrence, I appreciate you. And we'll hopefully down the line get you back on and talk about some more kind of challenges that you face and how we can help the home service industry.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to the Watermark Watercooler. We value your opinion and want to deliver the best content possible. To do that, we need your comments and feedback. What do you want to see or learn? Tools, techniques, behind the scenes? Comment below and make your idea our next video.